Good morning on this Good Friday, the 15th of April. Thank you for joining us for this special Start the Day. And we are here in the Minster Gardens. As you can see, the flowers are just stunning at the moment. And hopefully you can pick out the Minster behind us. And there's a lot of bird song as well, so we'll try and speak up so you can hear us. There will also be another song that from Neil Wilson towards the end of this message, so do enjoy that song as well.
And this morning we're going to be reading the opening verses for the psalm for today, which is Psalm 105. And then we want to read 3 verses from the New Testament letter to the Hebrews that reminds us of the difference that Good Friday makes to the way we respond to suffering in our world, as well as more personal struggles and pain we experience in our lives and those we know. So first we're going to read the start of Psalm 105. Give praise to the Lord, proclaim his name, make known among the nations what he has done. Sing to him, sing praise to him, tell of all his wonderful acts, glory in his holy name. Let the hearts of those who seek the Lord rejoice. Look to the Lord and his strength. Seek his face always. Remember the wonders he has done. And I think actually that little wren up here was, we were competing. And I think
you were there.
She was singing the wonders too.
Yeah, and one of the questions which I think Good Friday sort of invites us to reflect upon is how do you follow this encouragement to rejoice in the Lord when things are hard, when life feels unremittingly bleak or dark, as it was for the disciples on that first Good Friday, and as it may be for some of you at the moment, certainly for all of us at points over these past few years, it's been incredibly challenging. And so how do you rejoice, and particularly as the psalm says, from the heart, when things are hard? And I think the answer is there in the psalm as well, which is to reflect on the wonders of what God has done. So while things may be very hard at the moment, we look back and remember what God has done, but we also look forward, as we do on Good Friday. We look towards Easter morning. We look through the darkness and we see a light coming towards us, which is the light of Christ's resurrection on Easter morning. And the rest of the psalm is, which you could read, is just remembering what God had done for his people Israel, going right back to the Exodus, which of course prefigures that great Exodus, the freedom that Christ brings to us through the cross.
And what I love about the second reading from Hebrews is it explains why the horror of Jesus' own suffering and death on the cross becomes the source of the most amazing wonder, as Jesus not only transforms our suffering, taking the sin of the world upon himself, he also assures us that he understands our weakness and our pain, our temptation, and every way in which we've got things wrong. And yet we don't need to despair of ourselves or our world, because Jesus shows us that he has been there for us. He's the very best person to lead us through what we're going through at the moment and what comes in the future. He's the best person to lead us through.
Yeah, we've now got a bird distracting us with collecting. It's
a thrush.
A beautiful thrush collecting for its nest this morning, and we're just surrounded by lots of beautiful distractions here. Yeah, sorry. The Hebrews 4, I'm going to read those verses we said we'd read as well, which are very much Good Friday verses. Therefore, since we have a great high priest who has ascended into heaven, Jesus the Son of God, let us hold firmly to the faith we profess. For we do not have a high priest who is unable to empathize with our weakness, but we have one who has been tempted in every way, just as we are, yet he did not sin. Let us then approach God's throne of grace with confidence, so that we may receive mercy and find grace to help us in our time of need. And I particularly love that last phrase about finding grace to help us in our time of need. That's the grace that flows from the cross, and whatever, Sarah was saying, whatever situation we find ourselves living through at the moment or facing, or as we think of the people of Ukraine and their desperate situation that continues, day by day at the moment. And to know that because of the cross and because of what we celebrate at Easter, that we have hope that despair and darkness will not have the final word, and that God understands, though, in the meantime, our struggle, our weakness, our frailty, because he entered into it. And so he is able to sympathize with us, to connect with us heart to heart.
And that's something, as you've said, something we can pray for the people of Ukraine this Good Friday. And for those we know and perhaps we're feeling in desperate need at the moment. Yeah. And we're going to close with a beautiful song that Neil Wilson is going to sing for us. And it's Son of Heaven, although I was thinking it's a song of heaven, particularly with all the birds, Song of Heaven, which can be our prayer for today.
And so enjoy the song as a prayer, and also may, whatever you're doing today, this Good Friday and through the Easter weekend, may you know God's blessing.
This is the word here in the flesh, living among the meek and lowly. The voice of God hears every breath, salvation of the world unfolding. Behold him, lift up your eyes, see the Son of Heaven. Hosanna, Hosanna, pour out your praise, sing the name of Jesus, sing his name. This is his heart upon the cross, and from his wounds his mercies flowing. And now the dawn put death to death.